Hello, welcome to Akihabara. I am Koiru. Today is your guide for bike taxi tour. Before starting the tour, let me share some rules of this tour. First, please stay at your seat for your safety. Second, you can take pictures during the tour. However, please don't take any direct pictures of passengers as well as girls. In mind custom handing out flyers on the streets. Third, please refrain from posting pictures on SNS if you can see the face of passengers and go clear on them. At one place during the tour, you will get off the taxi and will wear a headset to enjoy 360 degrees VR video. Please look at the picture on the screen. This is a counter market nearby Akihabara in Edo area for 1603 to 1867, when samurai and shogun ruled Japan. Move the next picture. Many second-hand kimono shops were landed along Kanda River nearby. It was a center of fashion just like today's Harajuku. Those days, the pioneer's means of direction of goods was water transportation, and there is Kanda River nearby. This area was the longest base. In the Meiji period, the government amended for modernization of Japan and introduced the railway system. The railway had built from Ueno to Tokyo, the northeast rail of Hoku Island, in order to handle a lot of food from Hoku. Akihabara Feed Station was built and the freight line from Ueno Station was led to the station. Watch a map on the screen. Can you see a blue line? It's Kanda River in trending direction. The blue square part on the right side is the base for small ships, where now Yodobashi Akihabara building stands. Please look at your left side. There is a small park. It used to be the change connected the base and the river. Can you see short player made of light brown stone at your lower left? They used to be main pillar of Sakuma Bridge, built over the crack at that time. Goods such as woods and traffic from Tohoku were transported to Akihabara Feed Station by railway and shipped from there to every place in Tokyo. Later, cars became a mainstream mode of transportation, and rivers for timber were removed off the roads. Now, I will tell you the brief history of Akihabara after the Sengo. Please look at the screen again. Because of area reduction, Tokyo, including Akihabara, had been rebuilt to trains. After the war, there was a black market nearby, and there was an electric engineering college in neighborhood. When GHQ happened to open air markets in 1949, vendors moved to the place under the electric sub line railway, where was offered by Tokyo government and Japan National Railway. This is the origin of present parts market, and Akihabara was the electric town. Electric town, the rapid growth after the war brought about mass production and mass competition. In 1970s, the first PC shop was opened. The advent of computer changed Akihabara dramatically. In 1970, Sony released Walkman, the forever of Japan brand product fighting miniaturization and high functionality. In 1980s, Made in Japan brand became acknowledged by the world. People from the world visited Akihabara for electric applications, and the duty-free shops in Crete, Akihabara, the electric town, became globally famous. At the same time, PC game devices such as Nintendo game software were become popular. In 1990, since Microsoft's Windows 95 PC period, PC became widespread applied. Since 2001, shops, anime, and otaku increased rapid. In 2005, AKB48, an idol group, was formed. It established the new image of idol. The idol changed and supported by logo. It influenced Japanese show business and gave birth to the new trend, which was called idol culture. Akihabara is such a rich ground where new, taste and character are born. Now, some judge practice subculture from Akihabara, once used with negative notions, have become positive and judged terms. In 2000, Tokyo government used Tokyo Plan 2000, and the Tokyo government researched urban development created for the Akihabara area. You will see the letters ATRE1 on the building just in front of you. It is a station building opened in 2012. This improved the image of Akihabara Station. A lot of that famous visitors feel comfortable. Events completed with animation are often held here. Step on here and you will reside now you are in Akihabara. On the left-hand side is the Akihabara Radio Gaika, the most well-known landmark in Akihabara with big yellow sign. If you took a look at shops inside, you can tell what are now in Akihabara. This is the very birthplace of pizza in Japan, where NEC sold the first Macau computer kit named TK-80 in 1976. Present Radio Gaika hosts many pop culture shops represent Akihabara. Let me introduce some of them. Please watch the screen. The first shop is Card Lover, a shop of Toreka or trading card. There are Toreka stations and a drop space. At Toreka Station, many trading cards are displayed in invitation. Please notice the price of each card, from a few dozens of yen to tens of thousands of yen. The difference is surprising. This difference tells you the need for card or rarity and the popular of each card. Trading card game was originated in the USA. The first game made in Japan was the Pokemon card game in 1996. Later anime Pokemon was produced and gained popular. It often happens that popular card games develop into other fields. Move on to next shop, Azon on the 7th floor. A shop of dolls. Doll shops offer parts and items to assemble. Only one doll in the world for your own. You can choose anime character like Face or Relix Face with eyeball. Dolls have fans of wide variety from otaku who love anime character to lover of a treasure doll. Doll owners enjoy posing their ball-jointed dolls, changing clothes and hair dolls of them. While some owners make clothes for their dolls, many come to Azon for surprising and fine dresses, accessories, and small items. Next is a stop on the 2nd floor. This is a shop of furniture showcase service, very familiar business in Akihabara. You can rent a showcase in the shop and display and sell whatever you like using that space. You pay rental free months and sales commission to the shop. In the Akihabara, however expensive you will pay for what you really want, whatever will serve its need. Lastly, let's see the Akiba, a gift shop on the ground floor. You can buy the goods with Akihabara crash on them and goods in seasons as well as popular sweets among foreign visitors. Look at your right side. Inside of the building is Parts Market, where the street vendors moved after the war. There is no other place in the world where electronic parts and device shops concentrate like this. Everybody enjoys making things by hand that contributes to the theatrical development of Japan. One thing you can't miss here is the first Sony Walkman TPS L2. It is the member version of Japan brand product 13, miniature and high function. Two small Shinto trails are placed here. You see a lot of duty shop store building around the station. In front of you is Chuo Central Street. This is the main street of Akihabara with the very image of a mecca of otaku. Some visitors come to Akihabara to just take pictures of the street and get safe side. Now coming into view in traveling direction is Bansei Bridge over Kanda River. Behind the bridge can you see red-black arched construction that is the elevated railway of a present GR Chuo line. Once there was Bansei station there. Please watch the screen. The first Bansei station was built in 1912, built by Tatsuno Kingu, the famous artist who also designed the Tokyo station. In 1919, Chuo Line was extended to Tokyo Station. This made Bansei Station an intermediate station with fewer passengers than before. In 1948, the Railway Museum changed its name to Transportation Museum and was loved by many railway fans and children. In 2006, the museum was closed and now located in Saitama City. Look at in front of you. You can see only white car of the stop line. Please look at the crane. Now, Onoden is on your left side. This is a duty-free store. Later, you will enjoy a visit to this store. Please look at the picture on the screen. This is the Geo Street just after World War II. Then look up at the opposite side of the street. You will see the Paris market under the viaduct. Can you see it's the very same place with the picture? More than 70 years has passed and Akihabara has changed a lot since then. The taxi is going toward the back street, where it's always busy with deep otaku and engineers coming and going, and lined with professional specialty shops which can meet their demands. Girls in costume often hand out flyers on the street. Please refrain from taking direct photos of them and avoid posting any photos on SNS if you can see faces of pastors or those girls clearly. Now Toyo Keisoki Land is coming into view on your left side. This is a store special is measure entrustment. This you will find any kinds of measures equipment you may need at this store. Next is a bar gauge, which is run by Toyo Keisoki. How about a glass of drink with delicious foods in seasons? All the gauge and measurement instruments are on display inside of the bar. Now, on your right side is the electric railway of the Sob line. The reason why so many railways were electric was because Meiji government orders as such. Next, let me introduce the so-called idol counter in Akihabara. Please look at the screen. On the 7th floor of Passport building with a red sign brought up ahead of your right on the other side of the street. There you can see the performance of popular idol groups such as Kamon Joshi or Mask Girls now on the screen. Speaking of idol groups, the most famous one is Akihabara is AKB48. Soon you will enjoy VR experience at Onoden, where we passed by the Jewel Street. Onoden is a duty-free store and electronic store. Onoden deals not only in products aimed at visitors from foreign countries, but also from Japan. For example, Japanese translation cars station is on the ground floor. The second and the third floor are home application section. You will find most things you need here and enjoy shopping comfortably with kind help of store staff. The fourth floor is pop culture section where all shops deal in pop culture related goods. that represent today's Akihabara. By the way, on the ground floor of Onoden building, Akiba TV studio, an open studio from where YouTube station broadcasts Akiba TV. Here you are going to enjoy VR experience. Here you are going to enjoy VR. Welcome back to your real world. How did you enjoy VR expression? The taxi is going down the back street, where is always busy with deep otaku and engineers coming and going, and lined with professional special shops which can meet their demands. It indicates gently of Akihabara as a town of hobby, interest, and trickery. Girls in costume often hand out a flyer on the street. Please refrain from taking direct photos of them and avoid posting any photos on SNS if you can see face of pastures or those girls clearly. Now please watch the screen. This is Kodobukiya, one of the top film and plastic molding makers in Japan. It started 70 years ago. The work has reached a high degree of perfection. It's improved that different textures, such as the softness of the skin as well as the clothes of different measures, are expressed so well. You can see the confirmation of Japanese who always dot this island and cross it. And look upper right side. Can you see the colorful Singapore of Super Potato? Super Potato is a well-known retro video game shop in and out of Japan. The street in front of you is Kanta Myojinshita Street. When you go ahead this street to the left, you will reach Kanta Jinja Shire. Can you see a building across the road with cute pink ribbon and heart-shaped object? That is the mark of at-home cafe and main cafe you visit in VR video. Maid Cafe is a must place to visit for Japanese pop culture fans and introduced in guidebooks published in foreign countries. By the way, do you know esports? Esports is a variation of extreme sport and a form of competition using computer games or video games. Esports is not so much familiar in Japan yet. However, its player population is more than 100 million in the world, and in some countries like USA, professional gamers are regarded to be professional sports players. The second building from soft map is Jijun. Jijun is a Gami Machine brand Japanese PC maker, mouse computer. PC market was lackluster a few years ago, but recently it is getting scarce again. One factor is having demand for PC with natural space for virtual meeting, telework, or remote work under the coronavirus pandemic. Here, I give you a quiz. It is very popular in Akihabara and use it very well. What is it? The answer is gachapon or capsule toy machine. The machine that you insert coins into a slot and turn the lever, and pop out a ball-shaped capsule with a toy inside. On the left-hand side, gachapon kaigan with yellow sign is coming into view. Inner walls of gachapon kaigan are completed by counter motion. Have you ever tied one? It's very popular among foreign visitors too. What attracts people? First, it's expensive. Second, there are a lot of unique products with good hammers such as riding interesting free zombie. Too much free spirited the state of labor. On the top of that, its stamps are very high quality. Somehow, Japanese people are affected by electric-made small things or miniature. After turning at the corner, you will see a kebab shop on the right-hand side. This star kebab first started as a food truck in Akihabara, and now they run their own shop in the back street. This is a typical culture story in Akihabara, and the goal is to open a business at Main Street. By the way, when you hear Akihabara, an idol group AKB48 comes to most of the Japanese people. It was formed in 2005 by music producer Yasushi Akimoto, who wanted to create a group of idols you can meet. They performed every day on the stage and held events to interact with fans. Now it has become a national popular group and idols you can hardly meet. You are going to cross Chio Street and turn to the right. You will see a Don Quixote building on your right across the street, where AKB48 area is located. There are many sister groups of AKB48 not only in Japan but also overseas. In Japan, there are SKE48 in Shek in Nagoya, NMB48 in Osaka, HTK48 in Hataka in Fukuoka, NGT48 in Niigata, STU48 in Central Area, overseas JKT48 in Jakarta, Indonesia, MNL48 in Manila, the Philippines, BNK48 in Bangkok, Thailand, and so on. Don Quixote is the name of a large exchange store. By the way, do you know the animation movie Suit Gundam? The first series was aired in 1979. The same year when Sony Walkman was released. Since then, new series were made one after another to be aired on TV or screened. Really long-running anime works. Just like Star Wars movie, there are many fans who say they have grown with Gundam series. Gundam was an epoch-making work in the terms of its relaxed and completed story and setting when each explored in most anime series was completed story. In the story, human beings moved into the universe and formed the Earth Federation. Then the war broke out between the Earth Federation and the Big Zone. From 1928 to 1989, Kanda Vegetable and Fruit Market, the biggest one in Japan, was located around here. After the market moved, this area was rebuilt as an IT hub named Crossfield and opened in 2006. On the right side, under the elevated railway, can you find Gundam Coffee? The railway company GR East has been promised to make a good use of under the elevated railway. Let's see some interesting shops under the elevated railway. First, Chabala. A variety of food all over Japan are carefully selected by buyers and gathered here. Shikbase Akioka is a comfort factory, opened in 2019, which always serves you with new discoveries and great buys. Watch the screen, please. This is second base, a camera shop direct managed by Snap Camera, which was elected in 1975. Next, we found Akihabara shop. It is a shop spreading in pre-overseas cities. Move on next shop, Final Store, direct managed by Final, a Japanese earphone and headphone company. Let's see next, Tokyo Video Games, a cafe and a bar. It looks like a retro game career. You can enjoy playing games and clothes here. Then please look at the right-hand side. There is Akihabara branch of Taiko Lab, a Taiko or Japanese dual school of the largest school in the world. Rent strips and travel lessons are available here. Beat Taiko, sweat a lot, and relax the street and get refreshed. Then I will tell you the origin of the name of Akihabara. Tokyo Prefecture had phrased since Edo period. Nothing had changed even in Meiji period, and there was a terrible fire in 1869. After the fire, the place around here was allowed to be a fire break. In the space, a Shintosha was built and 3 direct who prevented fire was invited from the imperial place and ensured. However, people misunderstood that Akihabara Daigogen, a famous state who prevented fire, was ensured, so people called the share Akiba-sama and this area Akiba Golden, no Harappa or Akihabara, meaning the field of Akiba Daigogen share. Hara in Japanese means field or open space. This is the origin of the name Akihabara. People in other countries are often considered manga or anime for small children, but in Japan, adults also enjoy manga and anime. There have been amakimono or illustrated hand-drawn and textual with pictures and text for more than 1,000 years in Japan. The front left side of you is Yodobashi camera, multi-mission Akiba. Yodobashi camera is a major Japanese retail chain specializing in pieces, cameras, and photographs. And this is the second largest store in Japan after Umeda store in Osaka. My tour guide friends often say this building has a black hole because some of their guests have disappeared in the building and never come back again. The guests who felt could come back alive would say they don't understand why they were late for the meeting time. Now there is an entry to the Tsukuba Express Akihabara station on your right side. Tsukuba Express went into operation in 2005, linking between IT town Akihabara and the Tsukuba city in 45 minutes. Now our tour has come to an end. How was the tour? Did you enjoy VR? We are so glad if the tour could cover the accent of Akihabara. We could appreciate if you could take a few minutes to fill out a questionnaire before leaving. Thank you for joining the tour. Please come back to Rio Akihabara next time.